sponsored in part by DollarSeed.com for your flowers, vegetables, and herbs. All organic seeds, all only $1 a pack.
ManourTea.com, authentic Haven brand, 100% natural soil condition for the home garden. Squareman Worm Farm, organic farm and gardening supply, located in Plymouth, Wisconsin. SquaremanWormFarm.com.
WillowSpringsSoap.com, handmade soap with simple, recognizable ingredients. The Rain Sauce. Visit the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com and click on the Rain Saucer tab on the left-hand side of the page. Welcome to Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Extra. I'm Joy Baird. We're on the front porch today and we're harvesting hops. Now, most people will consider hops being an ingredient that you would make to brew beer. That is the case, but we're not going to brew beer with the hops that we have been growing on our porch. What we're going to do with them is dry them out, and you can make herbal teas with them. It's a very soothing smell, and the herbal tea will actually help you sleep better, as well as people will dry them out and put them in pillows as a soothing smell at night so you can sleep better. They can be very expensive based on the variety that you purchase if you buy these in the store for your own personal use. So since we've got a lot here, we're going to go ahead and harvest them. Harvesting hops, there's a certain time you should harvest them and a certain time you should wait to harvest them. The time to harvest them is now, and the reason we know that is when we open up the pod, you will see a little yellow kind of pollen-like powder inside of it, and that's a sign that is a great time to harvest. Now, a lot of this information came from our good friends from our Facebook page, Wisconsin Vegetable Gardeners, and that link will be in the show notes below if you want to jump over there and like, and we appreciate all that information for those who know a little bit more about hops than what we do. So we're going to harvest. There's thousands of them on here. Obviously, we won't be able to harvest all of them. So we'll harvest as many as we can. We'll take them inside and we'll dehydrate them in the dehydrator. Now you also could just leave them on the table and let them naturally air out, but I want to be sure that we don't have the chance of anything kind of molding up on us. So we're going to harvest a few more of these and we'll take them inside. All right, so in the dehydrator here, these are some that we started about 2 days ago. Now they haven't been drying for 2 days, but you can tell by the sound that they're dried out. So I'm just going to put them in an airtight bag here for over the winter storage. Now you can make teas with these, and whenever you make the tea you can just put the whole flower in there. It's a very soothing, very relaxing tea that it's a very calming flavor of a tea. These smell really vibrant and they really smell good. If you've never smelled hops before, it's a very sweet smell. So I'm going to get all of these in here. And as you can see, it takes quite a number of these hops to get any weight value at all. Those are dry, so we can put those for storage. Now these are the ones we just harvested. Some of them are brown and they do have a stickiness consistency to them whenever you do harvest them, so be aware of that. So we're just going to do just like you would in any other dehydrating application. We're just going to put a one layer per tray, and these will run for about 8 to 12 hours, and you can check on them and you can tell by the sound and the feel of them if they are dry. So we'll just get this turned on, and then in about 8 to 12 hours we'll give it a check and see if it's dried, and if they are, then you can put it in a canning jar in an airtight bag and for long-term storage. And again, you can make fill pillows with these, you can make teas out of them, and they're just really good smelling. So use what you have available. We just noticed we had hops growing on the front of the place where we live, so we were going to take advantage of it. Hops, it's not just for making beer. So we're on the porch and we're going to plant some cool weather crops in our containers. Now the nights are getting colder, the days are getting cooler and shorter, but this still will give us an opportunity to get some more stuff in these containers, and then if the nights get too cold, we can always carry them inside and then bring them back out in the morning. Now we're going to plant some pak choi and some carrots. The pak choi is going to go in this container. Now this had our bush beans in it earlier this year. Now beans will produce a nitrogen fix in the soil, so this will only help the pak choi because pak choi likes nitrogen. Now what I've done was I took the soil out of this container, put it in a bucket, loosened it up, and put it back in this container and top dressed it off with some new compost. So that'll be good. And then also we're going to plant our carrots in our girdle. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the girdle is, there'll be a link in the show notes below explaining what the girdle is all about and how you can purchase one if you want to do so. So let's go ahead and get our pak choi here. Now with the pak choi, we're going to plant 2 rows and space them about 3 inches apart. All right, so we're going to take, and you can see how small these seeds are. I'm just going to do my best to space them about every 3 inches. Now what I'll also do on the ends here, I'll create 2 little rows and drop a few in, and then we'll water them in. Now if you're uncertain of what this container is, it's a really nifty container. It maximizes your space. It actually will sit on a railing. You can buy these at some big box stores. I know Amazon has some of them. This is for a 2x4 railing. They do make some for a larger railing, 2x8 I believe, 2x6, and they come in all different sizes. So we got this in. We're just going to pat it down and take and water this in. Now with the carrots here, this had our tomato, a rainbow blend tomato in it in the small garden. So I just took and top dressed it off to get some more good compost in there, and we're going to plant carrots. Now with the carrots, I'm going to firm this down here. And this girdle is about 1 foot tall here, and this is the 5-gallon girdle. And we're going to put, they'll get good root development. And the carrots are a cool weather crop too, so they can grow, and we can also put them in the window or in our grow room if it gets too excessively cold outside. With the carrots here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go about 8 carrots, why not? This is the rainbow blend carrots that we're going to be planting here. And these will take 70 days if you put them in the garden or if it's warm outside. So we're going to have to bring them in because we're not going to have 70 days worth of warm or growing weather outside. And trying to get 1 per hole there, and that will do it. We'll just water it in here, cover it up and water it in. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and comment. We put out this particular video each and every Tuesday with a variety of videos throughout the week. I'm Joy Baird, and this has been a Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener Extra. For more organic gardening and food preserving, visit the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com.